What's up, guys? This is Jay with Prepared Citizens Training Group. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the Matrix. So tonight I want to talk about something that's been on my heart and mind for a little while, especially, I don't know, with how things are. I'm going to put this on the Facebook and the YouTube, so you may see it on either. But, I've always gone to church most of my life, and I'm not saying I'm someone that knocks the doors down every Sunday. I'm not, but as far as me and my family go, we definitely strive every day to live the best life we can for the Lord and glorify His name, which I think everyone should. But and that's your own walk. But for us, that's what we do. And something that's been on my heart and mind is a lot of churches I've noticed, especially like men's groups. They like to, get together and cook out and do breakfast and do all this stuff. And I don't know. I hope everybody can see what's going on in the world. Now, as a Christian, nowhere in the Bible does it guarantee you an easy time, a soft ride. Nowhere. You need to be diligent in maintaining, your ability as a man to protect your family, your people. And it's just, with things going on, guys, I'd highly recommend, I'd like to see church groups, or not church groups, but in like men's meetings, okay? As men, we are called to be providers, warriors for our family, and spiritual leaders. And with that being said, like firearm training. Why isn't people meeting up for men's meetings at someone's, range or something to go over small tactic drills? I don't see any problem with that. Literally what's going on in the world. When people give up their rights, their security rights, meaning their firearms rights, what do you think is next? Do you think evil goes away after that? Because I can assure you, the government, the powers at play here, they know exactly what they're doing. They're telling you it's for your safety. It's to keep these criminals. Guys, anyone that's made the decision to kill another human being don't give two shits about a gun law. And they know that. They know that. They're playing on your feelings. The division in the country, guys, we need to be prepared for the worst and hope for the best. Pray for the best. But always be prepared for the worst. The last thing I would ever want is my children to look at me and say, "Dad, I'm hungry." "Dad, I'm thirsty." "Dad, are we going to be safe?" I never want one of my children to look at me and say these things, ever. When COVID happened, when that pandemic happened, immediately, I probably shouldn't have said COVID. That's going to trigger the AI bots. I may have to redo this. But that immediately shed light on what I needed to do. And that was just minute, very small sample of what's to come. I truly feel that there is a struggle coming. Some people do, some people don't. A guy I listened to, Bear Independent, he was talking about it today, and I'm like, I'm really glad I'm not the only one feeling this way. And there was even other viewers in that as well. So it's not just me. It's a bunch of people. And these people, most of these are very devout Christians. Those are kind of the groups I usually tend to hang around. And guys, we need to unite. There's a lot of stupidity going on that we don't need to be worrying about. The government's trying to divide us by color, black and white. They're trying to divide us. What's another one? Abortions. I don't agree with with an abortion. I do not. Okay, let me just make that clear. But, how many people on both sides are very passionate about that? To the point like they will hate one another over that. Granted, again, I'm like, look, if you need to do some soul searching, in my opinion, if you're down with that. But we're all human beings, and they're using these small things to divide us. Okay? Guys, look at what has happened just these past few years. We have armed, literally, terrorist groups. Not we, but our administration has armed terrorist groups with an entire, literally, army's worth of machine guns, tanks, artillery, ammunition. They have things that we can't even legally own now. And they're wanting to take what we have left, which is semi-automatic rifles, which is pathetic in my opinion. We should have belt feds. But guess what the terrorists do? The people that hate this country do. Again, this video is probably going to get flagged. If you're watching this, please, for the love of God, if you feel any, yes, I'm with you, man, please support my channel, business, anything you can, because I'm going out on a limb here. I'm still pretty dang small. So, they can shut me down and not many people's going to care. Okay? The millions of people that's in this country right now. I don't know how many, and this one you got to dig a little bit. You usually got to go to these independent reporters, which are trying to make a name for themselves, and they're actually doing, in my opinion, better reporting than the big media outlets, which the main media outlets ain't worth a shit anyway. But, guys, a lot of our food and natural resources, a lot of factories and things have been burned into the ground. A lot of things have been disappearing. Connected, may or may not, I don't know. But it's mighty suspicious this stuff ain't been happening over the years, and it's just now happening. Man, the plays they're making on our guns ain't good. And me as a Christian, I'm going to tell you right now, the number one, I ain't going to go too deep into that, but the number one defense you have on your religion, regardless of what your religion is, but especially Christians, the number one defense you have is that Second Amendment. Once that's gone, do you think they could force you to stop practicing your religion? Look at COVID. How many preachers got arrested? How many churches got locked down? Guys, I love people and I love the life we have. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's easy. You may think it's hard, and it is. Compared to what it was, yes, it's very hard right now. But what I'm saying is, compared to what I've seen in crappy countries, compared to what could come, what very well could come, it's easy right now. The number one rule to carrying a gun is not to be drinking or doing drugs. You don't do that when you carry a gun. You take a class with me, I go into depth. So many people think it's just about learning how to shoot. It's like, no, that's the easy part. That's the easy part. How to live your life as a gun carrier now is the big part. How to carry yourself and your responsibility you carry when you carry that gun. There's a lot, guys. A lot. If you don't want to take my class, go get some real training. For the love of God, get some real training. If you've never had a real training, I ain't talking about a concealed carry class at the police station or the sheriff's office. I'm talking about a damn real class, a gunfighting class. And it goes into the legalities and principles of how to handle all this. Okay, there's a lot to it. I've invested a lot of time and money getting this training to give a little tip of iceberg classes to you guys. But anyway, besides that, guys, a lot of things are in motion in our country right now and across the world. And I just want everybody to be prepared. Water, food, start whatever. And I know it's tight, guys. I know it's tight. Trust me. Trust me. I am right there with you. A lot of the things I have that people say, oh, that must be nice. This shit took me years. Me and my wife's been married. This year will be 10 years. I didn't have all this when we got married. I had a AR-15, a few mags. I had my old load-bearing vest out of the military. I still got it because they didn't want that back for some reason. Not my armor, but the LBV. And that was it, guys. I don't have any, I've had to set aside little bits of money over all these years to get what I have. And I want you guys to do the same. Focus, the first thing, I did a video on spiritual fitness, guys. Because you don't want to be paranoid. That's not the point of this. The point is to be prepared, not paranoid. Paranoid is people that watch some of these movies and it's like, oh, that's stupid. That never happened. Yeah, when shit starts happening, you're paranoid. You're flipping. You're wondering how you're going to feed your family. You're wondering how you're going to protect your family. You're wondering, oh shit, I never sighted in that AR-15. Good luck, bud. And trust me, all the people that's done their time and paid that little bit of sacrifice to take that extra time and money to get prepared, put forth that effort, they didn't kill your kids, you did. Because everybody's trying to make sure they're covered. Like everything I do, I make sure my family's covered. That way, when you have a community, because trust me, I have a community, I have multiple places I could go, multiple friends. If I show up at one of their places, I'm not mooching. I have my family covered. And now, with my skills and some of my supplies, I can actually help them. That's how you form community. You don't just show up like, oh, well, we don't have enough food. We don't have all of this. No, you just did that to your family and yourself. So good luck living with the short time you got left with that. And I know that sounds horrible. I hope that don't offend you. If it does offend you, let that be a lesson. Maybe you do need to take an extra couple of steps on something to straighten something out in your life, to start that journey. No one's saying you got to go like doomsday prepper, but I want people to do this for me. For those of you that's still with me, I got you some homework, and you don't have to comment. I appreciate you comment, but you don't have to. But I want you to watch a couple of things. Number one, that Netflix movie, for those of you that have Netflix, and good for you if you don't. But Leave the World Behind. It's a crappy movie. Okay, you're not watching it for entertainment. What you're watching it for is to watch what the families go through and think to yourself, if something like this, or if a hurricane happened and put us in this situation, how prepared am I and my family? How are we going to do in that circumstance? Okay, that's one. Number two, it's a series I just started on YouTube, which most of you have access to if you're watching this on YouTube. It is called, I'm pulling it up right now. It is called The Collapse by channel name Laurel. Laurel. I think that's right. But The Collapse. Go look for her channel. Subscribe to it if you want to, but go into her playlist. And it's like a series of events. Hypothetical. This was made like 4 years ago. And it's kind of spooky how accurate some things are on it. But I'm on episode like 12, and it's already given me... See, I don't watch this. It's not like gloom and doom, which I know a lot of you look at it like that, and pity on you if you do, because you're not taking the lessons you should from it. You see what I'm saying? I watch this stuff just to kind of give me an idea, like, how could I fare in that? And you know your location. You know where you live at. What type of environment. Start making changes. Start making adjustments. Plan for this type of stuff. Because why not? Why not? Especially if you got children. But for me, it's about keeping my family safe and just not worrying. I don't worry. I worry for my fellow Americans and my fellow Christians. And that's why I do this. That's literally the reason I do this. God called me to start this business, and here I am. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea about running business. And I'm just literally, I pray, and I try to do one thing at a time. So here we are. And I think, good gracious, I have rambled on long enough. Guys, if you find value in this, please subscribe. Please consider getting something from our store. We sell medical supplies, communication, and I do firearms and medical training. I'm a certified firearms instructor. I've taken a lot of medical classes. I've done a lot of stuff to be able to pass on what knowledge I do. I'm about to start a series on medical, and it's going to be on YouTube for free. It's going to be tip of the iceberg stuff. Should be just enough for you to get your toes wet. But I'm here to remind you, YouTube does not take the place of real in-person training. You have to go get that. Highly recommend it. I can't recommend it enough. But I got a lot of good things. Keep an eye on the website. Got a lot of good things coming to the website. Got some more radio stuff I'm going to be posting this week. And guys, that's all I got for you. I hope y'all have a good one. I really appreciate you watching if you made it this far. And guys, be an asset to those around you, not a liability. God bless, and I'll see you on the next one.